Hello, amazing. Are you really committed to something? And if you're not, does it really make a difference? Welcome to Reframes, the podcast where we invite you to take a different perspective on life. I'm Matthias Jacobsen. And the question of commitment to something came up the other day because I was talking to a coworker, and she had recently moved to New York, and she was thinking out loud about, what does it take to live in New York? And I think she was, she said to me, I'm trying it out for maybe a year to see if I like it in New York. And I realized when she said it that this is something that I've noticed from living here over the past 7 years and the years before that when I was trying to move here. That in my experience, New York is a place that really requires that you make a full commitment if you want to get the most out of it. And the analysis that led me to this conclusion was looking at my own experience of meeting people, because there are a lot of people that move to New York and there are a lot of people that move away from New York. And so one of the things that you experience when you live here for long enough is that you make new friends and then some people move away. And making new friends takes time, it takes effort, it takes commitment. And I've both found myself, but I've also seen it with other people, that if you meet someone and you can just sense that they're not really committed to being in New York, then you know from experience that it's likely that they will soon move away. And so it might be fun for them to build friendships and relationships, but for you, who is going to stay in the city, it's a little bit of it feels a little bit like a wasted investment. And so, I'm not saying that this is a particularly nice trait about me, but it's true that I've found myself being willing to invest less time and effort in building relationships with people that are less committed, simply because the you could say the payoff for me in the long run is lower if they move away. So it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you move here, you're kind of half committed, somewhat uncommitted. You might build relationships with people that are equally uncommitted, but then they move away and then you kind of have to start over again. And whereas the people that actually could become the long-term relationships that could make it worthwhile to be here in the long run, they will be less likely to build a relationship with you, because they can feel, or they know, and the way that you talk about it, that you're not going to stick around. Whereas if you're fully committed and you're making that investment, and you also begin then filtering for people that are equally committed as you are, you make something that's much more durable and rewarding in the long run. So the point of all this, though, is not to talk only about New York City. This was just the catalyst or the spark that made me think of this, because I think there are other things in life where you have similar dynamics, where your commitment to it, whatever it is, a relationship, a new education, a job, really affects the outcome that you get. And the analysis might be different than the one I just shared with you about relationships in New York. But what I want you to take away is that if you're in something and you're only half committed and you're not getting the results that you want, maybe you can do a similar analysis to reflect on what are the consequences, especially when dealing with other people. If they can feel that you're not committed, how would that affect their behavior towards you, and how does that affect the overall outcome that you're looking for? That's it for today. Thank you for listening to Reframes, the podcast where we invite you to take a different perspective on life. This podcast is produced in collaboration with Niki Schmikis. I'm Mathias Jakobsen.